All right, let's start by giving our praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which in Hebrew is the Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles by the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honors to the brothers, making their bodies a living sacrifice to push the gospel. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which would be the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, who make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel according to scripture and according to prophecy. But the hopeful elect being 1/3 of these people who are going to return back to the Most High and receive salvation, while the 2/3 of our people that don't turn back to the Most High be destroyed in judgment. So we back with another lesson through the mercy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And this lesson is going to be titled, Why Are We So Weak in Our Dreams? Again, why are we so weak in our dreams? This is the interpretation to that dream that we've all had. So again, why are we so weak in our dreams? And we've all had those dreams, everybody. But we're going to start here. Job chapter 2, verse 28. It shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old man shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And when in them days, the men of the Lord, they out there prophesying. Men and women alike of all nations are having dreams and visions of the end times. And when people, tell those dreams and visions of the end times, hey, if we can match it up with the scriptures, hey, they prophesying, in their own way. But again, the title of the lesson, why are we so weak in our dreams? And this is the interpretation to that dream that we've all had before. Because everybody had that dream. They're going through some kind of trouble, some kind of adversity. And it seemed like the dream is working against you. Like however strong you are, you know in your dream that you're stronger, but in your dream you can't use all your strength and power. You know you got more speed, but in your dream you can't tap into that speed. You know you can move faster, you smarter, but in your dream you just can't for some reason. So everybody done had them dreams before, and I think across the board, you know, I can interpret it, using the scriptures by the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So again, why are we so weak in our dreams? And personally, I've had dreams. I'm going through some kind of trouble. I'm fighting people. I'm fighting dogs. One point, I remember one dream I was fighting like two or three people, and in my dream, they wasn't strong at all. Like I was way stronger than them in my dream, stronger, faster. But in my dream, those people was giving me trouble. Then, like in my dream, I'm like, bro, I know I'm way stronger than this. I know I got way more power than this. Why can't I tap into my true power? And I knew that I had more power because in my dream, I wasn't really trying that hard. I wasn't putting in that much effort. Well, I was trying to put in the effort, but what I was putting in, I wasn't getting out. That's how I knew, like, bro, I'm stronger than this. Something ain't right. And in many of those dreams, I got frustrated inside the dream. I'm like, bro, this is a dream. Like, there's no way that this situation is giving me this much trouble. Because if this was in real life, whatever trouble that was, it would have been finished long ago. There's no way that this is giving me that much trouble. And I eventually wake myself up. And there's been another dream, I must have been fighting a couple dogs, a couple people, and I had some weapons on me. I'm like, okay, I got my weapons. I'm strong. I'm fast. I'm strategizing. You know, these people and these dogs are finished. In a real life, they would have been finished. Knowing what I'm capable of and knowing how weak the enemy was in my dream. Like, they stood no chance. But in my dream, I could not tap into my true power, my true strength, and my true speed. You know, it felt like something in your dream is physically holding you back. It's like there's a limit on what you can do in your own dream. It's a limit on it. And it's frustrating. And everybody had those dreams before. And I think this is the interpretation to that dream. So, first, we're going to come to Jeremiah 25 and 31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. The Lord got a problem with all nations, including his people Israel. He will plead with all flesh. And when you look up this word plead in Hebrew, it means to judge. So he's going to judge all flesh. The wicked and the righteous will be judged. But this is the difference for the wicked. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord, but the righteous he's going to spare. So I think this is the interpretation to that dream. Why are we so weak in our dreams, in our own dreams? You know, why is our dreams, holding us back, putting a limit on us, making us weaker and slower than we really are? Well, the first reason, I think that's the Lord showing us who's really in control. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is really in control. Rather, it's in the real world, this physical world, or rather, it's in the spiritual world, or rather, it's in the dream world, your own personal dreams. Even the Most High is still in control there. That's why no matter how smart, fast, strong, powerful, agile you may be, even in your dreams, that's not enough. I think that's the Lord showing you who's really in control. Secondly, I believe that means that some point in time we all gonna be at the mercy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Because again, Jeremiah 25:31, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. The Lord got a problem with all people in the earth. He's coming to bring judgment in the earth. He's gonna plead with all flesh, including the righteous. The only thing, he's gonna have mercy on the righteous, while the wicked he's gonna destroy in judgment. That's why it says he will give them that are wicked to the sword. So here in the time of judgment, especially going in the time of Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, that time of trouble such as never was, we all gonna be at the mercy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Also, I think that dream that we have, that we are weak, slow. I think that's a teaching moment for the elect. I think what that dream means is that the hopeful elect, those who hope in salvation from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, the reason, you know, our strength, our speed, our power, our strategies don't work in our dream, because in the dream you trusting and believing in yourself. And I believe the purpose of those dreams is to show the elect you gotta trust in something other than yourself. You gotta trust in something that's bigger than yourself. And that something is the Most High, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shah. Because going into Jacob's trouble, it don't matter how smart you are. It don't matter how fast you are. It don't matter how much food and water, firepower, and ammunition you got. It don't matter what kind of doomsday plan, what kind of strategies. bunkers, bug out bags. It don't matter what you got. If you believe in any of that stuff, you trust it in yourself. And if you trust it in yourself, you out of there. You're not gonna make it. And that's why in the dreams, me personally, some of my greatest attributes would be my strength and power, speed, agility, physical attributes. And then, mentally, I can strategize, I can adapt. Well, none of that works for me in my dreams. And what it is in this time of judgment, which we're gonna get into it, your greatest attributes, the Lord is gonna neutralize them. So you a powerful dude, you got strength, you got speed, you got agility. The Lord gonna neutralize that. Meaning what? He's gonna take your greatest strengths and turn them into your weakness. Okay, you fast, you agile. The Lord gonna have a situation tailor made for you. You strong, you powerful. The Lord gonna have a situation personally made for you. And I believe that's what the dreams show. That this time of Jacob's trouble, great tribulation, time of trouble such as never was, the Lord gonna have judgments and situations in the earth that's gonna be made to neutralize your greatest attributes, to work against your greatest strengths, turning your strengths into weaknesses. And that's so that the wicked can be destroyed in judgment because they're not going to overcome. The Lord is not going to spare them. But see, the elect, we're not going to trust and believe in ourselves. We're going to trust and believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So no matter how many weaknesses we got, no matter how the circumstances in the earth is working against us, end of the day, the Lord got us. And I think that's why we have them dreams. Now to the wicked, that's showing them their future judgment. That the Lord is going to bring some kind of trouble over you to overtake you and you're not going to escape. But the elect, we would consider these things and realize the only way out is through Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. And that everything we going through now, even through Jacob's trouble, that's to test our faith and make our faith greater in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. So I rambled for a minute, so we're going to get the next precept. So we're going to go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 9. Not that thou wasn't able, excuse me again, let's get this. Not that thou was, let me slow down. Not that thou was not unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts or with one rough word. Let's break this down into sections. Not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous. So when you consider Jacob and Esau being a so-called white man, Jacob being the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. So when we read this again, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle. So when you consider, the wars and the captivities in the earth, the Lord was in control of that. So when it says, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, the Lord could have easily tipped the battles and the wars in our favor. The Lord could have easily had the Seminole Indians and Native Americans overtake and destroy Esau. The Lord could have easily had the so-called Negroes overtake and destroy Esau on the west coast of Africa. The Lord could have easily tipped the battle in our favor. But the Lord tipped it in Esau's favor. And here at the time of the end, the Lord is going to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous. Because at the end of it, Jacob is gonna prevail. So again, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in the battle. So the Lord could have easily had Esau, the ungodly, defeated long ago, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts. So the Lord could have easily destroyed the ungodly with cruel beasts. The grizzly bears, Leviathan, whatever other creatures the Lord got out there. Or with one rough word. The Lord could have easily said one word and the ungodly could have disappeared from existence, could have dropped dead. But what is it showing? That the outcome of the battle, that's in the hand of the Lord. The wicked versus the righteous. The Lord can make the battle, the outcome of the battle, go in any direction. He can make the righteous prevail, or he can make the wicked prevail. That's all that's showing. So again, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts, or with one rough word. So how does this apply to our dreams? In our dreams, the Lord could easily make us prevail. He could make us easily overcome whatever trouble we have in our dreams. But for some reason we don't. Hey, even in the real world, in this physical world, all the people that get judged and be destroyed in judgment, the Lord could have easily made the outcome play out differently. But it's gonna play out how the Lord wants it to play out. And I think how the scripture applies, to that dream that we've all had, that we super weak and everything is working against us, is that in this time of judgment, here at the end, everybody gonna have a battle plan. Everybody gonna have a strategy. Everybody's gonna have an idea that they think is gonna work. And guess what? In most cases, your battle plans, your strategies, your ideas probably would work. But this is the time of judgment. So the Lord is gonna be working against the people personally. So no matter what you can come up with, it's easy for the Lord to not make it to go in your favor. So we're gonna keep this pulled up probably. We're gonna move on to the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 19. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host. Yeah, and that's why, again, Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 9, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle. Again, because the outcome of the battle, that's in the hand of the Lord. The Lord can make the outcome of the battle go in either direction. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host, but strength cometh from heaven. So it don't matter the size of the army. It don't matter how well trained you are. Your battle strategy don't matter. But the purpose here is the Lord controls the outcome of the battle. And I think that's why we've all had that dream that, we got all of the advantages. We got everything in our favor. We got all the benefits. But for some reason, in our dream, it's never enough. So continuing on from here, we're gonna get Amos chapter 2, verse 14. Therefore, the flight shall perish from the swift. Yeah, you got some kind of way to escape. You're going to take flight to another country. That's not going to save you. You're not going to make it in time, or you're going to escape but run into something worse. But again, therefore the flight shall perish from the swift. No matter how swift, how fast you are, you're not going to escape. And I think that's what the dream was showing us. Your ability to take flight, your ability to escape, is going to flee you. It's not going to be enough. The strong shall not strengthen his force. No matter how much you work out, no matter how much firepower and ammunition you got, in the dreams, it's never enough. But those are really visions of the future, because here in the time of judgment, your firepower, your ammunition, your militia is not going to be enough. Neither shall the mighty deliver himself. It's going to be a bunch of U.S. veterans, soldiers, people with a military background, people with law enforcement background, or just mighty people in general. Like in my dream, in my dream, I was mighty. I know what I'm capable of. I know how fast I am, how strong I am. I know how to strategize and battle and adapt. It wasn't enough. And that's what the dream showed us. Why? Because unless the Lord be with you here at the time of the end, unless the Lord be with you, it's not going to be enough. Because remember, 1 Maccabees 3:19, the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host. So it don't matter how big your army is. The outcome of the battle standeth not in the strength of your force. No matter how much firepower y'all got, the bulletproof vest don't matter. The victory of the battle standeth not in the flight. The victory of the battle standeth not in the mighty to deliver himself. None of that stuff gonna matter. The victory don't stand in any of these things. Victory comes from the Most High. Neither shall he stand that handleth the bow. It's the modern day bow, that firepower. Victory don't stand in AR-15s and AK-47s. But according to people, they do. What's the talk of the town around America? Everybody buying up all the guns and ammunition. I'd have had Edomites tell me before that I better go to the gun store and get an AR-15 and get a bunch of ammunition, because World War III coming. Well, guess what? God dang it. Guess what? The victory of the battle standeth not in the bow. The victory of the battle standeth not in the sword. And he that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself. So in your dreams, that's why you faster, you more agile. But in a dream, you just can't move that fast for some reason. What's that showing us is, hey, no matter how fast you think you are, in the dreams, it's never enough. Here at the end, whatever you think you're capable of, whatever you think you're good at, whatever you think your strengths are, is not going to be enough. He that is courageous among the mighty. So those, with the mentality. They brave, they can strategize, they can plan, they can coordinate, they can adapt. It's not going to be enough. And that's why that's also the talk of the town here in America. You better get a few people you trust. Y'all better have each other's backs. You better come up with a game plan, a battle strategy. It's not going to be enough. That's what the dreams is showing us. To the world, it's showing them no matter what they're going to do, they can't escape the hand of the Lord. But it's a teaching moment for the hopeful elect that whatever we think we good at, whatever strengths we think we got, don't trust in that stuff. Because the victory of the battle, that's from the Most High. It's not from anything here in this world. He that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, saith the Lord. Flee away naked, meaning what? Without protection, no covering. Meaning the Lord is going to strip away your best attributes. Like when you consider a video game or a movie, the different characters, they got different strengths. They got different advantages. The Lord gonna strip you of all your strengths, all your advantages. So flee away naked, meaning you're gonna have nothing. What you thought you had is gonna be no help, no benefit to you. And I think that's what the dreams are showing us. So also, to Psalms 49, verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. Yeah, and wealth don't have to just be money. It can also be knowledge. It can be food. It could be ammunition. It could be an underground bunker. It could be a house in the mountains. But that's what you see a lot of these super rich elites are doing. That's what they do in the movies. They trust in their wealth. They boast in the multitude of their riches. So again, it's not even nothing that money can buy that could benefit you here at the time of the end. Unless the Lord be with you, you finished. Unless the Lord be with us, we finished. So again, no matter how strong you think you are, how fast you think you are, how mentally prepared you think you are, what kind of strategy, battle plans, how much money you got, underground bunkers, house in the mountains, off the grid, none of that stuff is going to help. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host, neither does the victory of the battle stand in wealth, neither does the victory of the battle stand in riches. None of them can by any means redeem his brother. So not only can you not save yourself, you can't save nobody else. So you can't call up somebody, yeah, they got it figured out. They'll help us. We gonna go over there. They'll know what to do. They got this, they got that, they prepared. That person you trusting in can't even save himself. How you gonna save you? And that's the case in the dreams. Because in them dreams, that we weaken, we think we capable of this and that. But in a dream, we can't do none of that. In them dreams, it's us, your personal self, and whatever trouble that you got to deal with. It's a reality check for you. And in the dream, if you can't even help yourself, how in the heck you gonna help somebody else? And we all had that dream before. So the people that you think gonna help you in this time of trouble, the people that you think is prepared, they had the same dream. That in their dream, they needed help. In their dream, they wasn't prepared. In their dream, what they thought they had wasn't enough. Now they're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna continue to act like they got it. And then you're gonna find out for yourself they ain't got it at all. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. So you can't pay the Lord off. You can't make no deals. Lord, if you let me escape, I'd never cuss again. We was all that kind of Christian before. Lord, if you do this for me, I promise I give my life for you. You know, ain't nothing you could do. You know, you can't outsmart or trick the Lord. And I think that's the interpretation to that dream. So also too, we gonna end off here. This is Psalms 44:1. We have heard with our ears, O Lord, our fathers have told us what work thou did in their days in the times of old. So we expecting the Lord to do that same work, but even greater works here in this lifetime. And what is this talking about? How thou did drive out the heathen with thy hand that plantest them. How thou did afflict the people and cast them out. So pretty much how Israel overthrew the heathen from the promised land. And they did that by the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. But let's get to the point. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them. So when our people got the promised land from the Canaanites and destroyed the other nations of people, they didn't get the land in possession by their own sword. They didn't get the land in possession by their own hand. No, it was by thy right hand. It was the hand of the Lord that got them possession of the land. And thine arm and the light of thy countenance, because thou did had a favor unto them. So our people overcame these other nations, again, not by their own arm, not by their own sword, but by the right hand and the right arm of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So the Lord had favor on Israel. That's why they overcame the other nations and took the promised land. And that's the same case here. Those of us who escape, it's not going to be by our own might. It's not going to be by our own strength. It's not going to be by our own power. It's not going to be how we mentally prepared. No, that's going to be the favor of the Lord that allows us to make it through. It wasn't nothing that Israel did on their own that got them the promised land. It's going to be nothing that we can do on our own that's going to allow us to make it through Jacob's trouble, except it be the favor of the Lord. And without that favor, we done for everybody. But the elect, they're going to get that favor, which they got it now. Thou art my king, O Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Yeah, that's how Israel overthrew the other nations and got the promised land. That's how they was able to push down the enemies. That's how the elect is going to get through Jacob's trouble. That's how they going to push down the enemies. It's going to be by Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. It's not going to be by nothing that they came up with on their own. It's not going to be no strategies, how you mentally prepared. It's going to be how strong you are, how fast you are. It ain't going to be how much food and supplies you stocked up. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. Yeah, it's only going to be by the names of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah that we tread them under, not by nothing else. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. So your firepower, the ammunition, weaponry, none of that's gonna work. It never worked before. The only reason Israel did prevail with the sword in the different wars because the Lord was with them. Because remember, First Maccabees 3 and 19, for the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of a host. So the victory or the outcome of the battle, that's not determined by how big your army is. It's not determined by how well trained your soldiers are. It's not determined by your battle strategies. It's not determined by your wealth and your riches, how well you're prepared. It's not determined by your underground bunkers, your house in the mountains. It's not determined by none of that. But the outcome of the battle is in the hand of the Lord. Going back to Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 9. Not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle. At any time, the Lord could have easily put the ungodly under the righteous in battle. At any time, the Lord could no problem overthrow the wicked by the hand of the righteous, or vice versa, that the righteous fall under the hand of the wicked. And that's a constant struggle we see between Jacob and Esau. Esau be in power, we'll be in power. They be in power, we be in power. So the outcome of the battle is in the hand of the Lord. Again, not that thou was unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts. So not only is the outcome of the battle in the hand of the Lord can reach that outcome by different ways. The Lord got options. What do I want the outcome to be? How do I want the outcome to happen? Will it be by strange beasts? Or would it be by the hand of the righteous? Or would it be by the hand of the wicked? Or would it be with one rough word? So the outcome of the battle is in the hand of the Lord. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and have put them to shame that hated us. So ultimately, we got to be saved. And if you got to be saved, that means whatever you had on your own wasn't enough. But pretty much being saved is we being rescued, because we going to need help. In God we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever. Yeah, and that's why we boast. And the Lord is saving us so that we can boast in his name. The Lord is saving us for to the glory of Yahweh Shah, which would be to the glory of the Heavenly Father. Us being saved, is not for our glory, but it's glory in that, because that shows that we have favor with the Lord. But I guess a couple other things I was thinking about too. In those dreams that we weak, we not strong enough, we not fast enough, mentally we not sharp enough. It feel like we not all the way there. Because also in this time too, it's gonna be a time of pestilence, a time of famine. No food, no water. Then you know how I feel when you fast from food. You get weak. Mentally, you're not all the way there. You know how I feel to be dehydrated. You weaken, you out of breath easily, you faint. So I think also in them dreams, that we weak, we faint, we not mentally sharp, we slow. I think the setting in them dreams, will actually be a famine. It would be a pandemic. So we might not have been aware of it, but in our dreams, you know, I think in them troubles that we was dealing with, it was in the middle of a famine. So in a famine, you're not going to be as strong. You're not going to be as fast. You're not going to be as mentally sharp. Or let's say in that dream, you was battling some kind of sickness. Do you know with the pandemic, one of the main symptoms would be shortage of breath, coughing, ventilation is restricted. So of course, if you got shortness of breath and hard to breathe, you're also going to be weakened, slower, not all the way there. So I don't think that was revealed to us in a dream. That you was probably hungry, probably sick, probably dehydrated. But those are other factors that can work against you. The Lord, if you such and such strong, the Lord ain't gotta just find somebody that's stronger to beat you. The Lord could just weaken you. Now you in a famine. You ain't ate for 40 hours. You ain't had nothing to drink for 30 hours. Automatically, you're gonna be weakened. The Lord can defeat you by sending somebody weaker, just by weakening you. If you're not in peak condition because you haven't ate or had nothing to drink in a day, it's easier to defeat you. So that's why even the slightest bit of trouble, even again, the slightest bit of trouble is going to be intensified in Jacob's trouble. You overlook a cat, like, man, a damn cat, I kick that thing. But let's say you don't eat for 2 days, you ain't had nothing to drink for 30 hours, and then you see 5 cats. Them cats will wear you out, or even a couple squirrels. So, yeah, here at the end, the Lord gonna have something come up against you that you no match for, and that's gonna play out one or two ways. The Lord can really have something that's too much for you to handle, or the Lord can send something that may seem insignificant to you, but that insignificant thing can be a major problem if you haven't eaten or had anything to drink in a couple days, or if you got shortness of breath because of whatever pestilence is out there. So why are we weak in our dreams? Well, that's the Lord showing you who's really in control. That's the Lord showing us that everybody is going to be at the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That's the Lord showing the wicked that they're not going to escape judgment, but to the hopeful elect is that they're going to have to trust in something bigger than themselves, that they're going to have to trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Because there's going to be troubles on all sides. And there's no hope except to be for the Lord. Hey, so Lord, what that was informative, edifying. I believe that's the interpretation to the dreams, that we've all had before. It's showing us here at the time of the end. Everybody gonna have to deal with Yahweh Shai face to face. Meaning by these troubles we're gonna have to deal with. And without his favor, we through. So Lord willing, we get that favor. All right, Shalom.